Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Godwin Sunday. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. To the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has urged Nigerians to remain hopeful and united as the nation celebrates Easter, drawing a parallel line between the resurrection, Jesus Christ, and Nigerians' journey towards peace and prosperity. In his Easter message, Tinubu described the season as the celebration of Jesus Christ's crucifixion, resurrection, the cornerstone of the Christian faith. He called on Nigerians to reflect on the values of Christ, of the sacrifice, redemption, love and hope, especially in the face of ongoing national challenges. The presidency says President Bola Tinubu continues to direct the nation's affairs from Europe, despite being outside the country for nearly 2 weeks. In a statement signed by Tinubu's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, he explained that the president, who traveled from Paris to London at the weekend, remains fully engaged in Nigerians' governance and is in constant communication with key government officials. Onanuga also said the president had given directives to security chiefs to address emerging threats in some parts of the country. Suspended senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, on Thursday raised the alarm over an attack by suspected gunmen on a family home in Kogi State. She called on the Inspector General of Police to reinstate our withdrawn security aids. In a statement released by a media office, Akpoti-Uduaghan said the attack occurred during a visit by a younger brother who was in town with contractors to inspect a constituency project site in her hometown of Obaiba, Ihama. As Christians across Nigeria and the world prepares for the 2025 Easter celebration, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, has extended his warmest facilitation to the Christian community on the occasion. Egbetokun acknowledged the significance of the celebration, which hope, renewal, and sacrifice, and encourages Christians to reflect on these values and continue to promote peace, unity, and goodwill in their communities. Abuja residents gathered in their thousands to witness a dramatic reenactment of the Passion of the Christ, a deeply emotional portrayal of the final hours of Jesus Christ. This emotional event took place today at Our Lady of the Rose Catholic Church in Abuja. Our correspondent was there and he joins us with this report. With Easter just around the corner, this vivid display in Abuja has not only told a story, but also stirred hearts, reminding all of the ultimate sacrifice and the hope that comes with the resurrection. It was a solemn yet awe-inspiring scene at Our Lady of the Rose Catholic Church in Garki, where actors took to the stage and streets, recreating the suffering, crucifixion, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. The Passion Play, organized by local churches in collaboration with faith-based organizations, drew spectators from across the Federal Capital Territory. This event was marked by prayers, worship songs, and moments of silence.
Pick him up! Pick him up!
God, you gave us.
While speaking with journalists, His Grace Archbishop Ignatius Kaingama reels out the significance of Good Friday and calls on leaders to reflect on the lessons of the season.
The agony he went through, the betrayal he went through, the cruel crucifixion he endured. He was treated like a criminal, and all that he did in order to save us and to redeem. And those the society considered very low. Zacchaeus, a sinner, a tax collector, he associated with him. So he is showing us that leadership should be so we call on our leaders to be selfless in doing this. Once you have been chosen or elected or given an appointment, it's for the common good, it's for the service of the people.
Many in attendance described the experience as life-changing.
The significance of Good Friday is a date that death is recognized and life is recognized. Suffering, death, and life. So it's very significant because it towards a clear understanding of what this life is. Life is not about gains. Life is about sacrifice and results.
It is very important to know as a child of God that we that call ourselves a child of God, we need to behave a Christ-like, because Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. So we as the children, we need to behave like him.
Okay, it actually tells what Christ underwent through for my sake, for me as a child of God. If Christ had not gone through this, there wouldn't be Christianity today, and we wouldn't have called ourselves Christian. So to me, it's a time of, like I said, is a time of sober reflection. Let us reflect on our lives, our past, and then seek for forgiveness.
Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television. The federal government has reconstituted its special committee on the campaign against social vices in secondary and tertiary institutions, appointing Professor Jerry Ugokwe as the new chairman to lead intensified effort against cultism, drug abuse, cybercrime, and examination malpractice. Inaugurated in Abuja by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Student Engagement Sunday at CEFON, the committee is expected to chart a renewed course in addressing the growing menace of antisocial behaviors in Nigeria's educational system. The former Minister of State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Sununu, had in 2024 inaugurated the initial committee, which was disbanded last week and reconstituted to be reinvigorating the fight against social vices in Nigerian educational institutions. The factional chairman of the New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, El Jibril Doguwa, has deepened the recent visit to the APC national chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje, by some members of the party as a deliberate attempt in the best interest of the party. Addressing a news conference, Doguwa said the party leadership in Kano is fully aware of the visits to Ganduje by Kawu Sumaila-led group. Global Television correspondent Idris Jibril reports.
Senator Kawu Sumaila and some other lawmakers from the opposition New Nigeria People's Party in Kano paid a special visit to the national chairman of the APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, a visit that generated concern among party supporters in Kano, but not among the party leadership. According to the chairman, the visit is meant to foster political collaboration between the NNPP and the APC at both state and national level, stressing that it's too early to start speculating.
Going around in the media, outfit, especially in social media, that our children, that is our sons, Senator Kawu Sumaila, Honorable Kabir Al-Asararun, Honorable Alamadaki, Honorable Badamasi Dambata, and Honorable Abdullahi Sanurogo were in APC National Chairman's house. I want to make it clear that at least they went to APC's National Chairman house with our consent. Why we allow them to go is we want them to go and start discussing, because politics is not, politics is about inclusiveness. We want at least to start discussing on way forward.
The party leadership therefore confirms that the Kawu Sumaila-led group visit to Ganduje is fully endorsed by the executive of the party in Kano, bearing in mind the interests of their constituencies.
This politics is about what? It's about game of number. It's about interest. It's about interest. So Kabiru and others, they have their own interest. They have the interest of the people they are representing, and they have the interest of those that area that equally they are represented. So at least whatever they are discussing, if it is for the good of the people they are representing, if it is for the good of the area they are representing, I think we have the mandate they have our own mandate to pursue those discussions with the APC National Chairman.
While political atmosphere begins heating up in Kano, there are expectations that the El Jibrin-led NNPP may likely decamp to the APC in the near future. From Kano, Idris Jibrin reporting for Global Television News.
The All Progressive Congress, APC, has held a major unity rally in Abuja, signaling renewed political momentum and grassroots consolidation ahead of the upcoming political engagements. Speaking at the event, the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, emphasized the importance of internal unity and a strengthened grassroots network in securing future electoral victories. Sharon Ajay completes the story.
The Old Parade Ground in the Federal Capital Territory was the center of political activities as the APC hosted a unity rally attended by party loyalties, stakeholders, and high-profile figures from across the 6 area councils. APC National Chairman Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje says APC stands on the pillars of inclusivity, progressive governance, and grassroots development. He reaffirmed the party's growing influence in the FCT and encouraged continued alignment across political structures.
The chairman, who's all his elected councillors, who's all his appointed councillors, who's all the politicians from PDP, now they have decided to come to our great party, the APC.
In a welcome address, the APC FCT chairman, Honorable Abdulmalik Usman, commended the courage of the decampees and assured them of full integration into the party's structure. Usman says the rally underscores the APC's openness and commitment to inclusive politics. He added that the FCT chapter remains focused on deepening its grassroots reach and preparing for future contests.
He is coming to join us today. Right. But it's not less than 20,000 people across the 12th ward of Abuja Municipal Council. Yes, we also have not less than 10,000 people that are joining us in Buhari Area Council and across other area councils.
The National Vice Chairman of the APC for the North Central Zone, Honorable Alhaji Muhazu Bawa Rijau, called for unity, party discipline, and enhanced participation across all levels. Rijau says internal harmony is essential for sustainable political success. He urged stakeholders to prioritize community engagement and effective mobilization.
This is a clear testimony that we in the FCT, we are ready, we are ever ready for the council election. Come 2006. Mr. Chairman, I will assure you that we are going to give the 6 overseas in the FCT.
The unity rally is seen as a strategic move by the APC to consolidate its position in the nation's capital and reinforce its presence across the North Central geopolitical zone. One of the high points of the rally was the official presentation of new members who recently decamped to the APC. Among them was the Executive Chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council, Honorable Christopher Zaka May Kalongo, who pledged loyalty to the party and readiness to contribute to its growth. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
6th African Regional Conference on Irrigation and Drainage has successfully concluded in Abuja, Nigeria, with The theme, Tackling Irrigation Development and Water Management Crisis in Africa. The conference brought together experts, policymakers and stakeholders from across the continent to address pressing challenges in water management and agricultural sustainability. Our correspondent was there and he joins us with this report. The Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Rural Development, Mahmoud Abubakar, has called for an urgent need for innovative strategies to transform irrigation system across Africa. He highlighted the continent's challenges, including inadequate infrastructure, financial constraint, and government issues, urging collaborative effort to overcome these barriers.
And number 1 SDG is on poverty. Number 2 is zero hunger. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 13, climate action. When we talk about water scarcity, people have inadequate access to water for irrigation in agricultural zones, which by extension limits food production and thereby exacerbating hunger and malnutrition.
Throughout the conference, participants engaged in technical sections, policy dialogues, and site visits to key irrigation zones across Nigeria. Discussion centered on sustainable agriculture, climate resilience, and enhancing food security. Speaking during the panelist section, Dr. Mike Smith, the Director General of the International Water Management Institute, IWMI, reaffirmed its commitment to supporting smallholder farmers. On the other hand, Dr. Marco Asari, President of ICEED, also pledged its commitment to boost livelihood and strengthen agricultural economies.
Poverty rates in rural areas remain stubbornly high, and one of the things highlighted in this conference is water can really make a difference to progress with that challenge. And in particular, we must think of water and irrigation development in terms of driving transformation through.
Many progress has been made. There are 2 things very quickly, and we can come back upon later. First of all, there's too much discrepancy between the urban areas and the rural areas. Significant increase has been done in the urban areas, peri-urban areas, but so much needs to be done, especially in the rural areas. Second thing, very quickly, we need to have access to data. As it always has been said, you cannot manage what you cannot control.
The patriot of ACID, Dr. Suleiman Hassan Adamu, the immediate past Minister of Water Resources, thanked all participants and urged them to individualize what has been learnt.
Unfortunately, our efforts, as you well know, to try to get the proper legal backing under a new Consolidated Water Resources Bill didn't yield fruit because some politicians thought it meant something else. And despite all our efforts to make the country educated about what this bill is and what it means to the people of this country, emotions prevailed over common sense.
As the conference concludes, stakeholders express optimism that the resolutions and partnership formed will pave the way for a more sustainable and food security in Africa. Godwin Sunday, reporting for. The head of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, says the global economy is likely to avoid a recession despite the hit to growth from U.S. President Donald Trump's tariff rollout. Uyi Agbomofuegbe completes the report.
During a bilateral meeting in his office in Abuja, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Dele Alake, hosted South Africa.
The stop-start U.S. tariff plans have fueled levels of market volatility unseen since the COVID-19 pandemic, and most economists expect the imposition of new import levies will stifle growth and push up inflation, at least in the short term. Managing Director of the fund, Kristalina Georgieva, says this reality has been a long time coming, blaming it in part on erosion of trust in international trade.
Trade tensions are like a pot that was bubbling for a long time and is now boiling over. To a large extent, what we see is the result of an erosion of trust. Trust in the international system and trust between countries.
Georgieva, while stating that uncertainty comes with inherent costs, also established that supply chain factors and their associated impact cannot be wished away.
The complexity of modern supply chains means imported inputs feed into a broad range of domestic products. The cost of one item can be affected by tariffs in dozens of countries. In a world of bilateral tariff rates, each of which may be moving up or down, planning becomes difficult. The result? Ships at sea not knowing which port to sail to.
Her speech came ahead of next week's spring meetings, a gathering of global financial leaders co-hosted by the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank in the U.S. capital, Washington. Uyi Agbumofwegbe, reporting for Global TV News.
In sports, FIFA licensed agent George Gandhi has rubbished recent reports linking Victor Osimhen to Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal amid the wave of interest in the Nigerian striker ahead of the summer transfer window. Gandhi was the agent who brokered the player's loan move to Galatasaray in January and has remained in the mix ahead of another decisive summer in Osimhen's career. Osimhen's loan spell from Napoli will be over at the end of 2024-2025 season, with top clubs in Europe already jostling for his signature. However, it is also rumored in Turkey that Gandhi was in talks with Al Hilal over the player's transfer, but the agent denied such claims as unfounded even at this point. And that's it on Global TV News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. You can follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen using the Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigerian app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. I am Godwin Sunday. Thank you for watching.